Welcome to the So You're a Single Parent Now What podcast. My name is Crystal. I am your host, also known as the Six Figure Single Mom. So I am the CEO and founder of the Six Figure Single Mom Company. And the Six Figure Single Mom Company is less about the money and it's more about your mindset shift. Now, I know when you hear six figures, you think all about the money, but that's not it. Most of the time in my experience, what I've learned is when you shift your mindset, the money comes. Now, that's with a little work. I'm not saying as soon as you shift your mindset, money's going to fall out of the sky or something like that. But what I'm saying is when you shift your mindset about things personally and professionally, the money will come, right? So what I do in my business is I career coach and consult with other single parents who are just like me, overachievers, and would like to advance in their career. So I teach single parents how to take control of their career and finances. So a lot of people may not know, but I have an MBA and a business background in finance and accounting. So I love teaching other people numbers and about how to do their budgeting, how to do their forecasting, but specifically with single parents, since it's just a one income household, it's very important for us to have that mindset shift so that we can advance and so that we're less stressed about money and so that we're enjoying our children more and we're enjoying life more and are less stressed. So basically, in a nutshell, when I finish saying all that, I teach single parents how to boss up. Right. So I teach them how to go from a defeated mindset to a winning and unstoppable mindset. So I love what I do, and it just changes the trajectory of a household. And that is something that is great, for me. I love educating others. I love sharing knowledge. I am definitely a firm believer that networking, connectivity, and us collaborating is how we can all advance. And that's the only way that we can advance. And so I just love what I do. The So You're a Single Parent Now What podcast has allowed me to create a positive and safe space where someone gets it. There are not a lot of spaces like this where we can come and enjoy positive content regarding single parents. So I definitely love the positivity that this podcast allows me to have. So it's definitely a place for single parents to listen and not feel judged, to feel heard, and to be given all resources for all things lifestyle, career, and single parenting. And when we do that, we just take the single parent community to the next level. So I just love what I do. I absolutely love it. Now, this episode is being sponsored by the Golden Anatomy Boutique. Now, the Golden Anatomy Boutique has a lot of nice looks, a lot of nice clothing. It is definitely a boutique that I like to shop at because it's a boutique that has a lot of classy, sassy attire. They have athleisure wear, they have active wear, they have cocktail wear, anything that you need, any event that you're going to, any place that you're going to. I assure you, they'll have something that you need. So go visit their website. Go visit their Instagram page. Their Instagram page is at Golden Anatomy, and that's GOLDENANATOMI. And the owner of the boutique, Shaniqua Ngbula, she's also so great. So she's a personal stylist. So she can get you anything that you need for any event that you need. She does the shopping for you. Sometimes I can be a little lazy on the shopping tips. So if you need those services, she's available to you to do the shopping for you. And I assure you that you're going to love what she picks out. Shaniqua is a fashionista, hands down a fashionista. So again, I would like to thank Golden Anatomy for sponsoring this episode. Now that we've gotten all the beginning announcements out and everything like that, tonight's episode, or this afternoon or this evening or this morning, whenever you're listening to this podcast, I want to talk about how to avoid the end of the year burnout, right? So it's nearing the end of the year. We're headed into the last quarter of the year. and I speak in quarters because I'm in the financial industry. So forgive me for speaking in quarters, but we're heading into the last quarter of the year. And this is the time of year that people start to experience a little burnout. So we hit hurricane season, and then we hit Thanksgiving, and then we hit Christmas, and then, we hit the New Year. So there are a lot of people right now that are just going to experience that feeling of just being tired, of just, feeling like they just don't have what it takes to finish the year. So I wanted to talk about that tonight and also bring you some tips on how you can try to prepare for that, because it might happen to you. For some people it might not, but for some people it might happen to you. If you're like me, it's going to happen to you, because it definitely happens to me every year. Listen, drop down in the comments and tell me when you experience burnout, whether it's at work, whether it's your exercise routines, whether it's parenting. Just drop down in the comments and let me know, when do you experience that type of burnout? But I want to bring you some tips on how I kind of, stay out of the burnout mentality towards the end of the year. And don't get me wrong, by all means, we all have a reason to be burnout. Now, we are ripping and running every week. We're going to work. We have our kiddos. So we are all, going to get into that state of mind if we don't properly mentally prepare. So one of the things that I do in order to avoid burnout at the end of the year is to intentionally stay focused and find ways to keep your energy up. So if you, realize that exercising is your way to keep your energy up, going for walks in the park, taking your kiddos to, the indoor bounce houses or jumping places, then find ways to intentionally keep your energy up. I'm not talking about caffeine or anything like that. I'm talking about natural ways to keep your energy up. One thing that I like to do is I like to go to the gym. So right now, since I'm mentally preparing for the end of the year so that I can avoid burnout, I am in the gym in the mornings most days and in the evenings most days. So I am now switching over to that 2-a-day mentality where I feel like, okay, I want to get a workout in the morning so that, it gets my day started and things like that. And then I also want to hit the gym again in the evening so that I can just be intentional about keeping my energy up. So for me, I like to exercise. So whatever that thing is that helps you keep your energy up, do it so that you are intentionally avoiding burnout. Now, another thing that I thought of when I thought about avoiding the end of the year burnout is taking off as much time as you can and also finding the time to take off. So I know towards the end of the year, it gets pretty busy at a lot of these companies and corporations. So find time to take off. Even if you can't take a week straight, take a day here, take a day there. For most companies, you either use it or lose it. I know at the company that I work at, if we don't use it, we lose it. And I'm not losing time. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I'm not losing time. So properly plan to take some time off. In most industries, the last couple of weeks of the year anyway, most people are out of the office. So that's a good time for you to also plan to be out of the office so that you can get, a reboot, so that you can start to kind of woosah towards the end of the year to avoid that burnout. Now, another thing that I thought about when I was thinking about avoiding burnout was to take a vacation somewhere. So if time permits, if your budget permits, because we got a budget, we want to make sure we have the money. We don't want to just be taking a trip and come back to chaos, because we're responsible, resilient single parents. So if you can take a vacation, and again, a vacation is whatever you say it is. A vacation could be a trip 30 minutes away. It could be a trip 8 hours away. I know for me, I like to cruise at the end of every year. And the reason why I like to cruise at the end of every year is because it gives me that peace the water just kind of gives me that peace that I need to regroup, to recharge, to come back feeling rejuvenated. So I like to cruise towards the end of the year, but whatever your vacation is, do that. Take that vacation so that you can come back recharged. Another thing that I thought about when I was thinking about how to avoid burnout at the end of the year is to, take some time to get caught up on your rest. So this could be sleeping, staying in bed, even if you're not sleeping, just not filling your day up with errands, not filling your day up. If you sometimes as parents, and I've done it, I am so guilty. Sometimes as parents, when we take an off day, we fill it with lots of errands, lots of things to do, and lots of, things that we would typically do for our children. I encourage you to just take a day or two off to where you're not doing anything. You're just resting. You're just getting caught up on all of your rest that you've missed out during the year while you were moving around and, being busy, doing all the things that you needed to do in order to keep your household going. Now, don't get me wrong. Running a household as a single parent is a lot. And I know there are some things that you just cannot let fall off your to-do list or fall by the wayside. I understand that. I'm just saying, make some time to rest if you can. Only you know your life. So if you can. Now, lastly, one thing that I thought about when we talk about avoiding the end of the year burnout is mentally preparing for the new year. And I know that sounds a little, it sounds like something that you would just naturally do. But a lot of people don't. A lot of people just roll into the new year and it's like they're still stressed out and still have anxiety about things that have happened in the previous year. But this year, I would like for us to mentally prepare for the new year. So whatever that looks like, I know, sometimes for the new year, we want to write out all of our goals. We want to write out everything that we want to get done for the new year. But how often do we mentally prepare to take time to ourselves so that we can recharge and be rejuvenated for the new year? So this year, let's change it up. I get the hustle mentality. I get the, goals and, everybody wants to be, a millionaire and everybody wants to, just do all these great things. But guess what? You get one body. And if you don't take care of the one body that you get, then, you end up, on the other side of earth, and that's not where you want to be. So let's try to mentally prepare for the new year. Let's try not to stress about and worry about and plan to the nine about, how we want to just go into the new year and we just want to do this. Let's try to bring it back. Let's try to zen a little bit. And let's just try to mentally prepare for the new year. Now, those are just some things that I thought about as I was preparing for this episode. And I was thinking about kind of some of the things I wanted to talk about. And at my job, like I said, we're rearing for the next quarter. So I thought it would be a good idea to talk about how to not get that feeling of burnout, how to avoid that feeling of burnout. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. And guess what? Drop down in the comments, guys. Tell me some things that you do to mentally prepare for the new year. Tell me some things that you do to avoid burnout whenever you can, how to be intentional about avoiding that burnout. Now, if you are not following me on Instagram, I would love for you to follow me. Come hang out with me there. I post a lot of great content regarding personally and professionally growing and developing. So my Instagram is at the Six Figure Single Mom. Again, my Instagram is at the Six Figure Single Mom. Also too, if you are listening to me or looking at me on YouTube and you are not subscribed, what are you waiting for? I'm giving you all these gems, all this good knowledge, all these tips on how to personally and professionally grow and develop. So if you are not subscribed, I would love for you to hit that subscribe button. It's so easy to do. And guess what? It doesn't cost you a dime like a lot of these other things. So subscribe to the channel. There's plenty more content where that came from. And if you find some videos that are helpful to you, like the videos, comment on the videos, and just let me know, again, some things that you do regarding some of these topics that I'm talking about. Now, lastly, if you desire to advance in your career, if you desire to find some career strategies or find some financial strategies that could help you advance personally or professionally, please visit my website, www.sixfiguresinglemom.com, or send me an email at sixfiguresinglemoms with an S at gmail.com. Again, sixfiguresinglemoms with an S at gmail.com. Send me your information and I will personally reach out to you so that we can figure out a way that I can help you, because that's what I'm all about, is helping others. Anybody that knows me knows that's exactly what I'm about. So just reach out to me and we'll find some strategies that are needed in order to help you advance. I do one-on-one career coaching. I also do resume writing. So if you're needing help with your resume writing, and guess what? I do a 6-week program. But if you say, I just want to do one session with you, and then I think I'll be on my way, I do that as well. Reach out to me, and that's the consulting part. So reach out to me and I will help you advance. So I hope you've enjoyed this week's episode, and always remember, I like to end my episodes like this. Always remember that change, it starts with you. So you be the change that you want to see in the world. If you see something that's not being done, if you see a lane that's not being covered, guess what? Step in the lane, cover the lane. There's room out here for everybody. So change starts with you. So be that change that you want to see in the world. Now, until next time, my name is Crystal Smith, also your host, known as the Six-Figure Single Mom, and I am checking out. See you guys next time. Until next time, bye.